BIGVU Teleprompter create videos you're proud of. Easily trim your video by selecting the words where you want to start and end. Color your presentation with automatic subtitles and highlighting keywords. Add your brand logo. Add music for an emotional touch. Add your contact info on an animated business card on all your videos. Easily replace green screen with an image or a video loop. Stand out with a web page with your logo, your video at the center, and personalized button for visitors to interact. It's one tap to simultaneously upload your videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Always know what to say next with the BIGVU Teleprompter.
Hey everybody, so glad to see people joining us from all over the world. This is one of the most relevant, exciting topics that BIGVU is bringing to you. So let's take a look and see who's coming in from all over the place. Let's see, we've got folks from Boca Raton, Florida, Michigan, France. Wow, we've got folks everywhere. Los Angeles. Busy raking forests and stocking up on N95 masks for fire season. Yes, and I'm joining you from Raleigh, North Carolina, where here on the East Coast, we are being blanketed by smoke from Canada. Good morning from Memphis, Tennessee. Let's see where else we've got folks coming in from. Oh, from Dubai and from our friends up in Canada. We hope you're staying well. Stay inside. Hello from Tel Aviv, Israel, from Indiana, from Texas, Manchester, UK. We've got folks coming in from everywhere because this is the topic that we all need to know about. It is cutting edge and it's all about AI. Today our special guest is Teddy Wang, and it's from 0 to 3 million followers, mastering AI for social media success. So we're going to learn how Teddy did this in just, I think, 3 years, in just a short amount of time. And I want you to make sure that you know that at the end of today's session, so this is an hour-long session, Teddy is going to be offering a very special promotion where 5 of you will get to have one-on-one time with Teddy to learn how you can use AI in your business and in your life to help up the game and help you find that success as well. So without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about Teddy. He is a social media personality who uses AI, artificial intelligence, to make political and social commentary through comedy. And he does all kinds of funny accents, impressions, impersonations. I don't know if you've looked at any of his channels, but they are hilarious. He has amassed 3 million social media followers in just 3 years with 0 paid ads. What? Oh my goodness. He's uploaded between 7,000 and 10,000 short form vertical videos across social media, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and more. Teddy is also founder of an influencer marketing agency that specializes in promoting brands in emerging technology in the spaces like blockchain and AI, where they've generated over 100 million organic views for 30 different clients across 60 regions, mostly in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and Southeast Asia. The name of that agency is 8 Dragons. So without further ado, please welcome our AI expert, Teddy Wang.
Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Hey,
Very
Teddy.
excited to meet you. Hello, Sharon.
Hi, so excited to see you. And tell everybody where you're joining us from today.
So I am joining you guys from Taiwan in Southeast Asia. It's off the coast of mainland China, about a small sliver. It's a sliver of water away. And yeah, but I was originally from the US, but I have been here for quite a while. Yeah.
Gotcha. Excellent. So when I first read your bio, I thought, wait a
Sure.
second. You grew that size and scale of an audience using 0 paid ads? That's
Well,
crazy.
I would say not knowing how to use paid ads forced me to only use organic strategies to grow without paying the platforms. If I could do
Wow.
it over again, I would definitely do a mix of both, but I don't
Okay.
have a strategy for that. So we're only going to talk about organic today. Yeah,
All right, which, a lot of us would love to know some of those organic strategies because you
sure.
can throw a whole lot of money into paid ads and have it go to waste if you don't know what you're doing. So that's a huge risk. So we're all so excited to learn from you. Let's back up a little bit because I think
Sure.
with ChatGPT and all these other similar kinds of platforms,
Mhm.
AI has really, I feel, just come to the forefront for many people this year in 2023. We started hearing about it
Yeah.
and then with release back in first quarter of 2021 or 2023. But you've been using AI for several years. Give us a little backstory of how AI came into your toolbox.
So a lot of us have actually used AI without being aware or acknowledging or even knowing through my video app that I use called Filmora by Wondershare. They've been using AI and they're just getting into the weeds of auto captioning and auto silence removing. But even before that, uh, Face app is another app that I used on my iPhone. I didn't know that was AI generated. And that's why you see me wearing makeup in some videos, see me as a grandpa in some videos, or having a
Oh,
beard in some videos. I don't have a beard. But instead of having to spend money and time going out to get props, I use Face app to give myself different features so that I could be more differentiated to my audiences as different characters appearing before them. And so Face app is a great one. Even TikTok, those face filters, voice filters, even effects. I believe a number of those are AI generated as well. And so I didn't even realize that until I asked ChatGPT, does TikTok use AI? And not only do they use it for the algorithms, but they also use it for the filters. And I had no idea. Also, just plug in any software or app you use already on your smartphone or computer, and then just, hey, does this X platform use AI? And then it'll tell you. So that's how I know I've been using this for years without even knowing it. Yeah.
okay. So probably every one of us today watching this have been using some version of AI for quite some time. I mean, I think you could almost even say like Grammarly. If anybody uses Grammarly when they're writing,
Yeah.
which autocorrects or suggests better spelling or grammar, that
Mhm.
technically, I guess, would be AI, wouldn't it?
Yes, technically, yes, it would be AI. I believe it serves similar functions as those anything auto correcting has some level of that built in. But just recently though, uh, AI has been getting a lot of traction. ChatGPT really put it on the map. It just really blew it up, and that's what got me into actively researching and using AI uh, in all of my tools now. I mean, I could just list them all out for you, but why don't we just slow it down
Yeah.
and just see if you have another question about
Sure.
those
Yeah,
things.
let's peel open this onion. And by
Sure.
the way, we do want to, there's still more folks
Yeah.
coming in uh
Sure.
from all over the world. And
Awesome.
I'm monitoring the chat. So when you have a question, put it in and we will ask Teddy what your question is. But with ChatGPT
Mhm.
emerging really at the forefront, and I have tested it, and frankly, I use it. It is, and I'm barely scratching the surface. Like, for example, I was rewriting someone's bio yesterday. So I took the bio that they gave me, I stuck it into ChatGPT, and I said, write a punchier version of this. And
Yeah.
in less than a minute, there it was. But there's so much more that AI can do for us. Tell
Yeah.
us some of the highlights or some of the things that you think the majority of people could benefit from.
So, from the corner of content creator, entertainer, um, script writing, even writing scripts for ads I shoot for my clients, huge time saver, and it's extremely creative. And giving it a role is probably the most important lesson that I got from
What do you mean
using
by
this.
giving it a role?
Like, act as my social media marketing manager, create an
Oh,
ad for this AI company's name, and I copy and paste from the website or their pitch deck or what they give me, all the main points they want me to cover in that commercial, and then it just creates for me. Hey, give me 10, give me 10 scripts, or you could even boil it down, not just from that detailed. You can actually go wide and say, hey, give me 10 funny ideas for making a video script for this brand, and then it'll just kind of list them out for you. And if you could always tweak it and say, hey, be more creative, open-minded, uh, focus on these points more, and it'll give you those things, and then you could actually gradually unfold that and expand it, kind of like a sculptor that's kind of like peeling away at a marble block. You can kind of do that with GPT, kind of like going wide and then just going more and more narrow. And then yeah, that's kind of how I've been using it, just for mainly for script writing and for ideas and brainstorming. Yeah.
I love it. All right. So let's say, I'm a small business owner. In fact, Marlene in the chat says she has a body waxing business and she wants to learn how to grow her following. So let's say we're Marlene and ChatGPT is going to be our social media manager, right? So
Mhm.
would she say, put into the AI, say, give me 10 social media post ideas about body waxing, or what would you recommend for Marlene?
Yeah, so I would train this model, right? Train my chat room, right? What that
Mm.
means is saying, hey, I'm gonna copy and paste like all of my copy, making sure that it fits within the parameters of how many words I could input into GPT, because there are different tiers of GPT. Some of them let you put more words into it each time, and some of them let you put less. And so the lower tiers would be, let's say, 27, 2,800 words, maybe less. That I would kind of like, okay, it's all my copy. I'm just going to put it here. Everything about body waxing, everything about my company, everything about my competitors, everything about everything that I have, right, in written form. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to put it into GPT, and then I'm going to give it a directive. I'm going to say, here is everything about my company. Answer Y for yes or N for no, whether or not you understand what I just input into you. And then it'll give you a Y or an N. And
You
I know
asked it
GPT,
that?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Okay.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
cool.
yeah, and I mean, you're kind of like treating him, it or her, as a person, where they're getting to know you by you telling it what you wanted to know, but you've got to give it a context. So alongside that, um, uh, in that same message, so you've got that copy, you've got that yes or no, but you also have, perhaps even before that, say, hey, act as my social media marketing manager, paste everything, answer Y for yes and for no. You're setting the stage. Once it answers you, then you could say, okay, I need you to create a 30-day content calendar for me on Facebook. And then it'll just give you a 30-day calendar.
Huh.
And then you could even break that down and say, hey, now give me the first week, day by day, hour by hour, on what I need to do. And then it will instruct you every hour of the day what you need to do that day, and also what you need to accomplish as well. So you could really work it down. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
just incredible. And I think that if people understood just that the capability is incredible. Now, let's go back to now. How do you translate that into these incredibly entertaining videos? So you begin with a script and then you're also using, so that's for the scripting piece, but then don't you
Mhm.
also use uh as you mentioned Filmora or some different ways that
Sure.
you can use to create the videos?
So Filmora, it's a platform that I've been using before I became a TikToker. I was on my PC desktop, found it on Google, loved it ever since I got it, paid a lifetime package for my desktop and my Mac version. And I've subscribed to the recent addition to this platform, the auto silence removing. And what that means is it used to be you've got to manually cut and delete frames you don't want from your video, because we're all going to have portions where it's us standing in front of the camera just kind of getting ready, and you want to cut those out, but sometimes there's too much of that you don't want to manually do it. So what I do is that I pay $7 a month to Filmora for that auto silence removing feature. Saves me hours of time. And then what it does is it uses AI to identify what silence is. And so you have to give it that number, and then anything under that, it automatically deletes it from your video. Super powerful, super fast, very clean. And the better
is
your
that
audio
how
is.
you? Oh, sorry, Teddy. So is that
Yeah.
how you stylistically are like rapid fire with your
Oh, yeah.
delivery in your videos? And if anybody hasn't seen some of Teddy's videos, they are incredibly entertaining and whip smart and clever. I mean, my goodness, just so cool. And I wondered how that rapid fire
Yeah.
was happening. So I didn't realize it was the AI to take out that little bit, those points of silence.
Yep, and there's two ways to do that. So I've got a Sony. I'm sorry. Is that right? Is that a Sony? I'm sorry. A Canon camera EOS M50 with a Rode mic attached to the top. Costed me
Sure.
about $600-700 for that. And that's what I've been using for 3 years, and I still use it because it's useful.
Sure.
And when I remove the silence, sometimes there's background noise. So it messes up my auto silence removal solution. Adobe Podcast Enhancer. So just Google that. Adobe Podcast Enhancer. And then I could take my audio, if it's dirty, if it's loud, if it's messing up my auto silence removing. I take an MP3 copy of my video, and then I put it into Adobe, and then this is free, by the way, and
Oh,
in beta mode. I'm not sure how long it's going to be in beta, but it takes any audio you put into it, and it makes it studio quality. Extremely
wow.
powerful. Yeah, I'm like, I got a Shure mic. This thing costed me like a couple $100. Adobe Podcast is like free,
For now.
So
Yeah.
yes, for now. And so
Wow.
I'll just put it in there, export it. It takes everything in the background out. And then it'll just give me a cleaner auto silence removal when I bring it into my platform. So yeah,
That's
just two tips.
incredible.
Yeah.
Two tips. Yeah. So let's just, for folks who are just kind of joining in, I know that we've just put in some of the links to Teddy's social channels, because you got to watch what he's able to create. And so much of it is supported through his AI. Now, I just want to mention that, we started talking about the scripts and generating ideas for scripts. Guess what? BIGVU has it in the BIGVU app. And it's fantastic there. And BIGVU has had the AI technology in there for quite some time now, at least for the last year since I've been using it. And I've used it several times. I put it on the left. I put write something about this, and then poof, give me a social media post idea for this. And there it is. And then if I want to record it as a video, I do everything right there within the app, which is just amazing, which I love doing. But then, as Teddy was explaining, there's the next parts of that content creation. So let me just ask for the basics. For someone who's just getting started with this, what is your journey from creating a piece of content? Like maybe if it's something to promote yourself. Oh, did you go away for a second?
1 second.
Okay, sure.
Give me 1 second. I am apologies for that.
No worries, no worries.
Let me get the camera back. Could that question be asked one more time, please?
Of course. Yes.
Thank you.
What would be, for someone who's maybe more of a beginner, what would be your content creation when you first, and maybe let's see if this is that the client is yourself. You're trying to promote Teddy Wang. And so
Mhm.
what would be your content process, that creation process? What would be step one?
As a content creator, okay, so for everyone in here right now, the first question that you need to ask yourself is, what am I doing on social media, and which am I? Give me one second. I'm so sorry for the video here. I'm just trying to get it fixed. Um, all right. Am I a business that has social media that is trying to enter the vertical video space, or am I a company that already has social media and is in the vertical video space but is struggling to grow, or am I neither? And I was neither. So I had no brand, no plan. I just started using it, and I was able to get 300K followers within my first month of using it. That doesn't happen to most people, but
Wow.
just starting in one platform, uh,
Okay.
and then kind of growing that until you can automate and streamline it, and then diversifying those eggs once that's happened. Once you put little to no effort and are still able to grow on that platform, then it's time to explore the second, third, fourth, fifth platforms. Um,
Did
yes.
you start on TikTok?
Yes. I started
Okay.
on TikTok, and I have 4 accounts. My biggest is 1.7 million, and then 700K, 200K, 30K, and all in different niches. And once I got to around 500K, I was able to diversify. So because I was putting little effort and I was still growing. And let me think. I would
And
say, yeah. Go ahead.
okay, while you're getting your camera fixed, our
Yeah.
producer would like us, let's just take a very quick break, and we're going to show a video actually about the BIGVU Magic AI Writer. And while we're showing that video, Teddy, maybe we could get your camera going, okay?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Goodbye to obsessing about what to say on camera. It's time to start publishing your content and getting views. Introducing BIGVU AI Magic Writer, your personal screenwriter on the go. With a few words from you, BIGVU AI will generate you a script that you can deliver with confidence and clarity. No more wasting time and effort writing scripts from scratch. BIGVU AI takes care of everything with one click. And the magic doesn't end there. With BIGVU, you can record with the Teleprompter, style your videos with automatic subtitles, and share your masterpiece on social media with one touch. Don't take our word for it. Millions of coaches, realtors, and small businesses have already fallen in love with BIGVU AI. Are you ready to see the magic for yourself? Then you don't want to miss out on our live webinar happening on Valentine's Day, Tuesday, February 14th at 1 p.m. EST. Join us for a chance to
So you saw the explanation of the BIGVU Magic AI Writer, which I've actually used. And just to give you a little bit of context, I was a television news anchor for 20 plus years. And that's how I ended up actually starting to use BIGVU, because I had searched and tested a lot of different apps that offer teleprompters. And for a number of years, and some of them are paid, some of them are free, some of them had different levels. But once I discovered BIGVU, game over. BIGVU has the Magic AI Writer that helps you write the script. And then within the app, it turns the script right into the teleprompter that you can start recording. Now, I'll say with BIGVU, you can use both the desktop and your phone. So depending on where you are, you could use either one to record with the teleprompter what your script just has. And I absolutely love it. And you can redo takes over and over again until you get it just the way you like it. Now, my process for creating a video through BigView is I actually prefer to use the desktop app. And I actually record it using the camera on my desktop. And I use the Magic AI to write the script. I record it until I get the take I want. And then I click into the edit mode where I can add the captioning. I can add my logo, just like the BigView logo over here, but I put my company branded logo on there. You can add music. You can add prompts to get people to click on something. I mean, it's just incredible, the new features that they keep rolling out. I mean, it's really an entire video marketing tool right there in one app. And I've really enjoyed using it. But as we have been learning from Teddy, I am just scratching the surface, as are probably many of you all, trying to figure out all these new things that are coming in. The lovely thing is that it's right there within BigView that can use. But then if you wanted to add additional editing features, I think that as Teddy was showing us, before you upload it to your socials, you can have other ways to edit it. But here's the nice thing too, within the BigView app, once you get the video as you like it, you can share it to your social channels right there within BigView. I mean, it's like a one-stop shop for everything. I know we're trying to get Teddy back. And let's see, we've got some questions coming in from our audience. And we can always have Teddy just talking to us. We don't have to have him on camera. Of course, we'll miss seeing your face, but at least let's get you back on audio. But in the meantime, there we go. Teddy, are you there?
Yes,
hear
yes,
ya?
I'm here. I'm still fixing this little technical problem, but we can definitely carry on. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you mentioned that you do use a number of different AI tools, but first, just to finish up the conversation we were having, so the vertical video space and deciding, is that a place where you want to enter? You started on TikTok, and you now manage 4 TikTok channels. I mean, good Lord, that's an awful lot of content to have to be putting out there. How do you do that?
Well, that's a good question. The reason I've had to do that is because of the type of content I make. So I am in the arena of comedians and politicians, right? So the kinds of things the topics we talk about tend to be a little on the sensitive side, but that's, I guess, as an artist, I feel like, there are important topics to discuss, and that's just the kind of game that I play, and so I do have different channels now for different reasons. And so the first one is the largest channel, which is my main flagship channel, right? It's where I put all of my premium content. My second channel is where I try things out. I try things out and see whether or not it works, because effects, filters, and the like are learning curves. It takes
Ah,
time and energy to learn how things work. And so as I learn those things, I could put them on my first channel once I've perfected the process. And my third channel, it's kind of like my backup channel. You know, I'll I'll post something, premium on the flagship, and then I'll edit it and then repost it on my third account, just in case anything happens to my first, which I cannot guarantee,
hmm.
because we are all kind of learning how these platforms work, and anybody from family friendly to controversial, anywhere in between, we just all need to be careful. uh I guess with I guess the larger we grow, the more careful we have to be, right? Because yeah, that's just all I'll say about that. And the fourth channel is a Chinese channel, so that's kind of where I speak Chinese and I do Chinese comedy there. But
Very cool.
yeah. So I encourage, people to, I guess, the larger they grow, the more they need to, you know, be who they want to be on a second channel, because you are going to be pigeonholed in the first channel regardless of whether you like it or not, and that is the fastest way to grow and to build a community around one
Okay.
single thing.
Yeah.
Pigeonholed,
So maybe
narrow. Yeah.
for those folks who are either with a small business or just growing their own personal brand, start with one and don't splinter too much yet. Just do one and grow that and get to learn what your process is before you start maybe adding different channels.
Yes. Yes. Master one account on one platform until you automate that account on that platform before you decide opening and starting and growing new accounts on either the same platform or on different platforms. Because there is an old Chinese saying that says, "He who chases two rabbits chases none or catches none,"
Ah,
right? So,
ooh, I
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So it's
That's
all about 80-20 rule, right? 80% innovating on the platform you are growing fastest on, and then 20% maintaining the one that or yeah, let me think how to put this. If I have one channel, that should be my only channel if I have not automated the process yet, because every account goes through phases. Every beginner needs to start off with, okay, if I am in let's say the body waxing niche, right? It is all about the consuming content comes first. You've got to learn. It doesn't matter if it's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, or even Twitter, or wherever you decide to be. As long as that platform has a vertical video algorithm, which means it is a randomized audience that sees the content that you're putting out there, this means not all followers see all videos
mhm.
uploaded, which means performance is going to determine how far your videos go and not how many followers you have, because you could be millions of followers in and have a video that gets less views than somebody with 100 followers. It happens all the time
It's so
because
interesting
Mhm.
how that works. And
Yeah.
I guess, an algorithm honestly is almost like AI as well because it's
Yeah,
it's determining what videos it will share to other people who may not even follow you. So
exactly. Yeah.
which is and I guess, and it's constantly iterating what's new and what's changing with the algorithm, so you just constantly have to feed content to it. Um, so you mentioned as we started some of the other apps that you use, so that could help you. So you use the Face app to create some of this. You don't have to buy a bunch of props to change the way you look, a beard, a hat, different things like that. Um,
Yeah.
you said you've been using Filmora by Wondershare for a while. Are there
Mhm.
other apps that you use as well to help create some of this content?
I use, let's see, not sure if
Ones
this is
that we
AI, but SSS
Okay.
Tick, right? I use that if I want to repurpose a video that I myself made, or if I want to stitch my video onto someone else's. Kind of like when you're
Mm,
physically stitching it with needle and thread, but imagine it in an app where their video is first and then yours is kind of like sewed on to the end of that video, so it doesn't end with theirs but with yours. That's called a stitch. And if I wanted to do that, or even a duet where it's a side by side video experience for the user, having SSS Tick is extremely useful because you can download the audio from that video, or you can download the original video at its full quality from TikTok without the watermark. And then you can kind of edit that into a new video and combine it with yours. So
wow.
that's the beauty of that platform. Yeah, I love it. I use it all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, great to get great to get copies of your own video straight from your iPhone very fast. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great one.
yeah.
Are there any other AI based support tools that you use as well?
Yes, I use Prequel, Prequel. Prequel. It's an incredible app for filters. So every week they've got new filters rolling out, and they are some of the most incredible quality filters you get, from VCR looking filters to Wes Anderson style or cinema style or even AI cartoon style. Like it, there are AI filters coming out like almost on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and there's a lot to choose from, and variations of each filter to choose out of. Yeah, very very great
Wow.
stuff.
There seems to be so much coming at you, out there, that if you had to start all over again, would there be any change in the way you would have planned out this last 3 years with this meteoric growth? Like, is there anything you would have done at the beginning differently?
If I had to start again, I would have taken the how do I say this? I would have been more family friendly, you know, and not have been as uh, bold and daring as I had been with my comedy and my art. Because the family friendly ones are the ones that grow the furthest. Uh, Although I was able to grow quickly, just talking about the topics that I was talking about, it I can grow fast that way, but it tends to kind of taper off over time. And so right now I'm just like, hey, how do I make my content more advertiser friendly? I think that's a safer route if I were to start again. Also, I would keep my videos. Let's see, it was a different time back then. I would say I would keep them shorter, but now,
Okay.
you know, TikTok and other platforms are rewarding longer content now, because either for advertisement purposes or algorithmic purposes. It's definitely becoming a long form vertical video world, I would say. People still
Isn't
like
that
watching.
interesting?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is, right? Yeah. Oh,
They keep changing some of that, and so I guess, oh, there you are,
uh,
you're
oh
back!
no. Am I
Ah!
frozen? Am I frozen again? All right, I'm
Well, we
just trying
see
to
your
keep.
face. We see your
All right.
face.
All right.
Now,
Well,
with all of the, like you said, things keep changing, and like all these different platforms are offering new features, and BigView is constantly iterating and coming up with cool new features as well. Just let's look at your crystal ball, Teddy. If you were to look at that, what do you see or think that the landscape is going to look like, you know, a year from now, 3 years from now? Because there's also, you've probably seen in the news in the last week or 2, where you've had these big industry executives in the tech world coming out and, you know, saying, pumping the brakes a little bit on AI. What is your take on all of that?
wow. Well, Apple announced their headset this week.
Yes.
Let me think. Okay. I think that live streaming is I think live streaming is the next gold mine, because you are able to create long form, and the longer the form, the more, like, the longer the form, the longer the time audiences spend in the app, and the more you can sell to them. Either the platform sells it or the artist sells it in their content through lives, right? Live stream, I think, okay, live stream podcasting, one or the other
Oh,
or both together. Yeah. So either remote interviews, or in real life interviews. And what that means is, you have a studio set up, and then it's you and the other person, or it is you and the other person. Like, you and I are having a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and I say that because you can create a seemingly indefinite number of medium to short form, horizontal or vertical videos out of one long form video. And when you have a podcast, you don't need to worry about the camera and the lighting as much, because once you put it there, it's set. You don't have to change scenes and be in different rooms or environments. And the editing is basically taken care of for you now by AI. I haven't used it myself, but there is a platform called Autopod through TikTok. I've seen what it's able to do is just automatically cut your video for you
Wow.
rapidly just by listening to who's talking, cutting the camera to the face of that person automatically.
Wow. Well, let me
Yeah.
pause with you for
Sure.
just a second, because honestly, what we're doing right now is what you're talking about, long
Yeah.
form podcast style live streaming, which we are right now able to push out live on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram. And so and then we could essentially repurpose. I mean, I think as a digital marketer, that's like where the gold is. You create one longer piece of content and then just chop it up and repurpose it all over the place. That's kind of like the name of the game. Would you agree?
I would say as AI speeds up the process of automation when it comes to, you know, auto editing, and even let me think of how to put this. And I'm gonna keep the camera off for now because I think I've been trying to fix this for way too long. So let me just focus on the words I'm saying. All right, so my crystal ball is that AI is going there. Okay, there is not going to be another advancement that is not AI. Everything going forward is going to be an AI advancement, no matter what we do. If it's
Wow.
filming, editing, ideas, even in-app editing. And there's two kinds of editing. There's in-app, and then there is outside of the app that we use to create the video. But before that, let me just get into the three different cameras. So there's the digital camera, which is mine, that keeps, and then there is the iPhone, Android, and then there is the app we tend to use the cameras for: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And then those tools, some of those tools are only accessible through the apps that provide those tools. And so that's also an advantage of using cameras within the apps themselves, is that certain features are only accessible in those apps. Now, the benefit of filming on a Sony or a Canon is that you get that high quality camera, right? But iPhones today have awesome quality. And
Hmm.
now AI, it's every advancement moving forward, again, is an AI advancement in my crystal ball. And as content becomes more proliferated, even long form, let's say AI speeds up the process, that there's an oversaturation of long form content, then we're just going to see the pendulum swing the other way. So I think there's an oversaturation of short form content, and I've been screaming for 3 years, hey, get into short form, keep your videos 6 seconds to 12 seconds to 15 seconds long, stay within that 6 to 15-second time frame. And I still scream that today, telling all of you here in this room, start with 6 to 15 second if you're in entertainment or education, because you're going to get the Costco size sample of the package you want to sell. So what that means is you've got a product, right? And you want to give samples of that and give 1,000%. Don't hold back whatever value you're trying to give out, because people always think you know more than you actually, you know, give. If you give everything and and you honestly don't have anything left in the closet, like, they still think there's something there, you know? Um, and so Costco sizes, 6 to 15-second videos, 60 minutes or less in creating that video. And then when you have this minimum viable product of what I like to call a minimum viable video, then you're able to scale that in experimentation, not scale that in the process of ideas, writing, shooting, editing, because you don't know what works. Even though every video consists of these 4 things, you don't know what works. Start with experimenting. Once you nail down what works, then you can scale that once virality hits. You don't want to go viral for no reason eventually, but you do want to do everything you can to go viral, because if nobody sees what you're if nobody sees you, then you can never sell what you're trying to sell. And
Mm,
if you keep going viral, then you will never sell anything because you don't have a product. So you want if you're an educator, most likely you've got a business. Or if you're a business, most likely you're going to teach how it works through education. I'm sorry, through information in the form of education or demonstration.
sure.
Education would mean learn, learn on TikTok and speaking to the camera. Demonstration means showing how it works, or even a mix of those two things. And if you're an entertainer, you just got to see what the product is, and how do you educate your audiences on what that is without boring them to death. So for you teachers, coaches, business owners in this room today, go to the entertainers and learn the secrets of capturing attention. If you're an entertainer today, go to the educators and businesses, figure out how to build a product, because you don't want to go viral indefinitely forever without a product, because you're losing
Mm,
out on a lot of money if you do that. So opposite ends of the spectrum. But
sure,
AI,
sure.
yeah, so AI is going to make long form oversaturated, I think, and then we're just going to go back to short form later. Sorry, go
Short
ahead.
form.
Yeah.
So, in thinking about who a lot of folks who join the Big View webinars like this, we have a lot of realtors, which, gosh, anybody who loves looking at pretty houses and pretty things, it's like eye candy. And so there's a lot of cool things a realtor can show. Like in thinking about if you were a realtor, Teddy, or you had a client who is a realtor and you're giving ideas on what to possibly create with videos. I mean, I'm thinking about tours, video tours of a property that you're trying to sell, or maybe if you've got, and then maybe another idea might be, so the neighborhood or the community where that property is, like, I don't know, there's all kinds of things that the creative juices need to start flowing. And maybe you could use AI to help you come up with the script. So go into the Big View Magic Writer and say, help me write a script about this beautiful waterfront property in Miami or something, right?
Yeah. And give me one second. Can you hear me? Just want to
Yeah,
make sure my
yeah, we
mic is
can
on.
hear
All right.
you.
So great questions. No matter what it is your niche is, your first priority, it's to ask yourself, let me just go back to that first example that I was trying to give, where it's like, okay, what angle are you coming at this from? Um, are you already succeeding on social media and just want to extend a tentacle into
Ah,
vertical short form, or because if you do that, then there's a creative consistency concern, right? But if you're a
what does
business
that
that
mean?
has a a need to be consistent with, like, when you want to grow an audience on TikTok or on vertical video on whichever platform you decide, your main concern is not bringing in the wrong audiences, because that'll be a nightmare, right? So if you sell cat food in like Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube, but on TikTok people watch your dog videos, and it's like, whoa, this is a completely different, this is just not, it's not going to work, right? um and so so that's the main concern, is like, okay, how do I be consistent with my audiences so that I grow the same audiences? And this is something that I was able to do across all platforms, is grow the same audience who like the same comedy. Extremely hard to do for me for the first 2 years, but I just got it down, just through trial and error. uh, and then if you don't have any creative consistency concern on social media or on short form video, then in a way you can grow faster because you don't have anything tying you down. You can be whoever you want without the need of being who you are on TikTok with who you are on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
and then there's also like the business that is not, or the creator in this room today who doesn't even have a business and wants to kind of grow that organically on social. I mean, it's perfect it's perfect market research, and it'll save you a lot of time and money just by putting out content. Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is that in thinking about when you were growing your audience, did you spend a good amount of time looking at the insights or the results of the different pieces so you could learn from it before you created the next piece of content? Because I think some people just create, but don't actually look at the data of the performance of the content. Do you spend time looking at that?
I only look at my like to view ratio. So what that means
Okay.
is for every 1,000 likes, I'm sorry, for every 1,000 views, I should have a 10% of that, like 100 likes for every 1,000 views, 1,000 likes for every 10,000 views. That's a safe number. Anything significantly lower than that, I know it's fake. Anything significantly higher than that, I know it's a good video.
Ah,
Yeah. And but I don't want to get too low views and do this process. I kind of want to get a lot of, like, my first priority, go viral, period. Because if I don't go viral, then I just can't sell anything because no one's
what
going
do you
to.
consider viral? Is there a number, like a
Yeah.
specific, okay, if I hit X thousand views, then it's considered viral?
Yeah, like the general rule, 1 million views is viral.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, across TikTok, perhaps even social media. But any video that is significantly higher in views than the ones before it is a viral video. So if all my
Okay.
videos have 10 views and then all of a sudden, boom, I get a video with 100 views, that's viral. It's relative when you start. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody with millions, like double digit million views, who gets a single digit million view should be embarrassed. And they
Oh
probably are
my.
embarrassed. They're like, why did it only get 1 million views? It should get 10
Wow.
million views. Yeah.
Okay. We have a question from one of our viewers. Someone who's just getting started with this, which platform would you believe is the best to get started to help you get the greatest chance at success?
So, success is, let me think, which platform? I used to say TikTok because it had 500 million active users in 2019 when I got in. Now it's got like 1 to 1.5 billion,
Hmm.
3 times bigger than it was before. And I still think it's the best testing ground. So if you want to see whether or not a content is going to perform, I would test it on TikTok first. But go with wherever you're growing fastest and wherever you're most welcome. So if you're growing faster on Instagram or YouTube or Pinterest, focus on those. But the medium is the message I'm getting across. Focus on what medium is the algorithm on all these platforms. What is the common denominator across all these platforms that's getting the highest engagement? What is that similar content type? It's vertical videos. And I believe it's because, people are nomadic. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. Did the phones make us more nomadic, or were we nomadic and then the phones fit the nomadic lifestyle? Questions to ask yourself. We used to sit at our desk, and when we did, it was more comfortable to move our eyes left to right so the screen is longer horizontally. Now, when we're moving around, our pockets are not like, it's uncomfortable for us to wear pants with pockets that are wider than long. And so I think the iPhones fit the pocket, and the pocket, basically the pocket shaped our lifestyles because they
Hmm.
shaped the shape of the phone. And
Wow.
then looking at something vertical, like up to down, is more comfortable when we're not sitting down. I don't know why that is. But
Yeah.
the attention span is not shrinking, I don't think. We don't evolve that fast. If we did, then it'll be our bodies would actually physically change, I think. But we are absorbed completely by a vertical video, or we are completely taken out of the video, because when you touch the comment section, the whole video is gone. But that's not the case with a horizontal video on YouTube. And
That's
not
right.
many people like to turn their phones because they have a lot of other stuff they got to do on their phones, not just watch videos. It's just, and so 1-to-1 ratio, photos, videos, again, comment section, like section, uh, takes up half your screen. Horizontal videos, 30% of your screen. Lots of space for distraction. Vertical videos, zero space for distraction.
So hopefully you can
So
keep them there longer.
so you've got
Gotcha.
to make better quality content. So that's why I say start with vertical videos. Choose the place you're going fastest with. Yeah, on.
Okay. All right. So as we start to wrap up our session today with Teddy Wang, and of course this is being recorded, so any of you all who joined us a little bit late, you can jump back on to YouTube and watch the replay. But I'm very excited to share that Teddy has uh, a really generous offer for all of us right now, and also we're gonna bring back Teddy again, because we could go on and on for a couple more hours, I think. But right now, Teddy, will you tell our audience what you are willing to give to 5 audience members right now?
All right. So I am willing to give, for the first 5 people who DM me on Instagram, a free 15-minute consultation call to teach you how to growth hack on social media using AI tools.
Did you all hear that? That's amazing. And there is a QR code on the screen right now. The first 5 people, again, who DM, direct message for anybody who's over 40 or 50 doesn't know what that means. Teddy, right now, the first 5 will get a free 15-minute consultation with our incredible expert. That's very generous. Thank you so much. Real quick, I just realized that we've been talking about vertical video all this time, and someone just
Yeah.
asked, "What is vertical video?" So when you're watching TikTok, you're watching with your phone vertically like this, as opposed to horizontally. You might watch YouTube videos horizontally, but you're watching vertical videos like this. Oh, Mary Jo wants to know which Instagram channel is the DMing.
Yeah, so if you scan the QR code, then you could it'll just take you straight to it. So we'll
All
be
right,
waiting for you guys
excellent.
there.
And it's in the chat
Yeah.
too. So folks, you can grab the information from the chat as well. And Teddy, listen, thank you so much. We've all learned a great deal from you, and we really appreciate your time with us today. I think that's so that's it. And we'll be continuing to monitor the chat and answer all your questions. Bruno, thank you so much. And can't wait to see you all next time. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Now more than ever before, the way you communicate can make or break your career. Hi, I'm Sharon Delaney McLeod. I'm a television journalist turned speaker and facilitator, working with leaders and their teams to amplify their impact. In our hybrid world, it's crucial to connect with each other in meaningful ways. In fact, new research shows that effective communication has become the most vital competency and non-negotiable skill that modern leaders must flex to keep their teams engaged and productivity high. I invite you to follow my content for professional development best practices, podcasts, articles, and videos that will help you drive business results. I look forward to partnering with you in person or virtually to level up what I call your power skills.